football. We got to talk about this golden at bat. I feel like I almost want to start with that because I think it is the most intriguing thing in sports, and I love how everyone in the sports world is taking a big doo-doo on it.
You would like this.
So I saw this today, courtesy of Fox Sports MLB. It's all over the place. Rob Manfred says...
Oh, from Manfred Man?
Yes, of Manfred Man.
Blinded by the light.
Revved up like a deuce. I know what you thought the lyrics were. We all did.
It's a deuce.
Revved up like a deuce.
You know what that refers to?
You know it's a cover song, by the way? It's a Bruce Springsteen jam.
Another Roller in the Night.
I've heard the original. I like the Manfred Mann version. But he's referring to a little deuce coupe, right? Revved up like a little deuce coupe.
Well,
Look at you,
Robert
Sam.
Manfred says there's a buzz around adding a golden at-bat rule to Major League Baseball. And he says this rule would allow a team to choose one at-bat in every game to use their best hitter regardless of where they're at in the lineup. So basically, you just put your best hitter in or the appropriate hitter in whenever you want to once per game. And I heard the first little buzz or rumor I heard about it was, well, it's a rumor, but they might give it a try for the All-Star game. Then I started thinking about that too, and I'm like, imagine making the All-Star team and then you're pulled for your one at-bat because, I don't know, you want to throw Juan Soto in there or Shohei in there, so you miss your one at-bat. But it could be fun for an All-Star game. It could be fun for baseball. But my first initial thought, I'll tell you what I thought right after we hear it from himself, the man himself.
Manfred
There are
Man.
a variety of things that are being talked about out there. One of them, there was a little buzz around at an owners meeting, was the idea of a golden at bat. That is, putting your best player out there out of order at a particular point in the game. That rule and things like that are in the conversation only stage right now.
Now, I'm a fan of keeping things fresh and new ideas. I'm not against that at all. But my first initial thought was, hey, that's interesting they're even considering something that sounds so silly to me. That sounded so silly to me, and I don't want to say I'm flip-flopping, but Rich, I heard your thoughts about it, and I heard other people's thoughts about it. They sort of opened my mind up to it a little bit more.
A little bit.
A little bit more.
I think, I'll tell you why. I think any change in sports is good for the most part. Because if it stinks, you could always say, you know what?
Didn't work.
Changed our mind. It didn't work.
Right.
It happened with pass interference challenges, right? Like, yeah, this is just
How about
too much.
the graphics in hockey with the shoes? Which I liked it with the tail on the puck. I don't know what you'd even call that. I thought it was cool.
There are times where decisions are made and we say, that didn't work out. And you could always say, all right, let's go back. I am all about the idea of changing rules and strategies to make it more fun for the fans. You got kids? Do you know what their attention span is? It's not getting better. All these little changes to the game. Do you know who's mad? Your grandpappy. Yeah, it was when Mickey Mantle played and Babe Ruth, and who cares what they're dying soon. That generation.
You know what it feels like, though? You know when you'd play wiffle ball or something growing up and you'd have your own house rules, but you go and play at someone else's house rules, and they have like some ridiculous rule like, yeah, but if you hit it off that tree and you catch it, it's still an out. But if you hit it over the house, it's an automatic grand slam. And you're like, really? I don't know if I vibe with these rules.
Every rule change.
That's what it feels like to me. It's like, wait, so you're going to just take someone out of the lineup to throw someone better in, but once per game? At first, it feels silly. And I'll give credit where it's due. Rich, I told him about it, and he immediately was excited about it. But then Rich said he heard our old pal, Mad Dog Russo, also talking about it. And you said Mad Dog found it to be a great idea.
Not so great. He said, so when it comes to this golden at bat, I'm open to it. He's open to it.
He's open to it. So when I heard Mad Dog's take through Rich, that opened my eyes and ears up even more because I'm thinking he's our old colleague and we've known him for a while. We know how hardcore he is for his Giants and for baseball and everything else. And like, if an old school fan like him is open to that, maybe there is something to it. And then I'm listening to Rich like, yeah, we could always move backward on it. Think about the bigger bases. Think about some of the changes baseball made, the pitch clock. We were not all open to it right away. And you know what? It worked out. It was fine. In fact, it made the game quicker and better, in my opinion.
Did you hear anyone complaining about
None.
the pitch clock now that we're a year so deep into it? No. The bigger bases. The only person I ever hear talk about it is Rob Parker.
Pizza boxes.
They like pizza boxes.
The bases are so big like pizza boxes.
Rob Parker.
Yeah, so no one had a problem with it, but we all thought, this is going to be terrible. You can't change America's game tradition. You can't do that. Can't do it. Let's be real about it. Baseball needs to step things up to make things more interesting, but is this a little absurd?
No, and I'll
is
tell
this
you why.
a little like basketball? Like, come on, this sounds dumb.
I'll tell you why. Every rule change that has happened in our lifetime is met with resistance.
That is true.
Then it happens. It's like an update on your iPhone. Oh, 'cause the emojis now are different colors. Remember you had the iPhone with the button, and they eliminated the button?
You were real upset about that.
Well, how are we going to... Wait a minute. The home button? Yeah, you just swipe up now. Oh, God. I'll never get used to that. Within like 2 weeks, you're like, oh, I like it better.
Yeah, but where does the silliness stop? Because it still feels silly, but I'm not really hating on it the way the rest of the world is. Danny G told me that Dan Patrick was totally dumping all over this idea earlier today here on Fox Sports.
Big Mike was saying they were coming up with what dumber rules could they make? I'm telling you, in our lifetime, let's go over a couple.
So I know the initial reaction, because I had the same initial reaction, was this sounds stupid.
Okay,
but it's really not that bad when you think about it.
Guess what? There was no replay in sports. How many stupid blown calls would have been corrected? There was no two-point conversion in the NFL. There's a lot of things they slid in over the last 20, 30, 40, 50 years that we get used to. Not only do we get used to it, we're like, oh, yeah, we're better for it.
Well, think about baseball. You can't barrel over a catcher. That's recent history. Pickoffs, they've limited that. These are all things that we were like, come on. But we rolled with it because the game evolves.
There's got to be a spot where you draw a line in the sand, though, because where this is going to get ridiculous is pre-show meeting. Rich was like, a reverse golden bat.
You know what? Thank you, Danny, because I got the reverse golden at bat.
See,
by the way,
this is where it's going to unravel quickly.
Look who's selling out. The Savannah Bananas. If you got a boy, if anyone's got a son, dude, perfect trick shots. People love spectacles. We can't expect the younger generation to have the patience of an old person. Good luck trying. It's like trying to keep your kid off of social media and without wanting a phone. Good effing luck.
That's a great point, Rich. And I know it sounds goofy. I heard other buzz about this new potential rule throughout the day, and they compared it to, what do we turn into, the Savannah Bananas? Would it be all that bad to get the attention of young fans? Does the public, do you guys realize how popular the Savannah Bananas are? They're selling out everywhere they go.
It's a game. Let's not make it seem like
it's supposed to be fun, right?
They don't need integrity of judges and I was going to say politicians, but there's lacks of integrity there too. But
I'm saying Savannah Bananas, it appeals to young people. It appeals, pun intended, appeals. It appeals to families. Don't you want to get more excitement involved in baseball, which traditionally has been boring to a younger fan? So, as silly as it sounds, and I'm standing my ground, it sounds silly as hell. I'm like, get out of here, because I'm a baseball fan. That sounds dumb. The more I hear Rich talk about it, the more I hear Mad Dog, an old school fan, talk about it, and he's open to it. I'm like, well, maybe I should be a little open to it.
Evolution.
It doesn't sound as bad to me now that I really think about it than it initially did.
Evolution, baby. Everything in life, we evolve. I'll give you a few examples since I'm the king of analogies. Move over, cowherd. Listen to these analogies. In life, we're in the holiday season, right? Every year, our parents would send out Christmas cards. People still do them. Then they became personalized. It used to just be like a snowman on the front, like, oh, dear friends, we love Greg, Marianne, Richie, Jimmy, and Lori. That's my family. You send them out. Your parents might keep them. Then everyone decided, I'm going to make personalized ones with my kids. Now, unless it's like a close family member, you get that in the mail. Like, oh, look, Tim and his wife sent me a card. Garbage.
No, you're supposed to hang them around the doorway or
No one
under the tablecloth or something. You're supposed to.
cares.
I use them as coasters.
Yeah.
You know what you
I
do?
use them to make fun of how ugly some of my friends' kids got.
You know that picture of your kids on Santa's lap? Put it on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok, or put it anywhere. X. And guess what? Your friends and family will be more likely to see it and comment than you just
It's
blindly.
the evolution,
It's
yeah.
the evolution.
By the way, you know what I really do? I'm serious. It's terrible, but
Yeah.
you always get those Christmas cards from a new parent because they're excited about their new kid and their new family. But then as the years go by, every year you get another one, and the kid's cute, and he's cute, and he's cute, and then he hits like an ugly stage. And that's when I tear it up. And that's when I toss it.
I don't want ugly kids in my house.
Hey, get out of here.
So,
He looks like a little baby Grinch.
listen, I spend a lot of time at Lowe's because, you're a homeowner. That's like your number one store, or Home Depot.
Yeah.
You know my number one problem with Lowe's? I'm sorry, Home Depot. My number one problem with Home Depot, I don't know what Lowe's does,
Number one problem?
with the Depot.
I don't know what.
They don't take Apple Pay.
They don't?
The
I didn't know
fact that I have, do you know how many times I've had to be like, I don't have my wallet on me. I just ran here quick to,
Even the fruit guy on the corner in his little cart takes Apple Pay.
The Girl Scouts of America
Yeah.
set up outside of supermarkets, and they're like, we have Zelle, Venmo, anything you need. We're the Girl Scouts. Here's some Samoas.
Square.
Listen, there are times where I'll see someone even asking for money, like, hey, you got a spare $1? I'm like, listen, dude, if I were you, I'd put up a QR code. I'd give you $5 for a sandwich, but I don't have cash on me. What am I going to do? We live in a different world. Get with the times, and that includes sports. I promise you.
That's true. Even the hobos out here in L.A. have Venmo.
Christmas cards. Christmas cards. How you pay for things. If you don't have Apple Pay or Venmo, good luck. Do you write checks?
I
Give me
do
a break.
sometimes, but no. For the most part, no. So explain how you see this working, Rich,
All right.
why you're sold on it, and then explain your flip side rule.
Okay.
And Danny G's going to explain the 3 options, because there's 3 options on how this is going to work.
This is so awesome. Give the 3 options. I'll tell you which one's best.
Yeah, so the way I'm hearing it when I was reading what Jason Stark was commenting about it, the 3 options they tossed around were you could use this golden at bat once anytime in the game.
Okay.
Option 2, anytime after the 7th inning. Or option 3, if it's a tied game going into extras.
I like it one time, anytime throughout the game, right? It's like a challenge. But I think you have
I like
one.
after 7th inning, too, though.
I think anytime. If you want to use it in the 3rd inning, feel free. And by the way, when we say the golden at bat, what this means is if you have runners on 2nd and 3rd, and like Gavin Lux is up, and you're like, yeah, he's struggling. Ohtani, you're up. And he'll still maintain his position in the batting order.
And let's be real about it. Kids, families, sports fans, everybody under the moon would rather see Ohtani get another at bat than your boy Will Smith that you love talking about, Danny G.
And the reality is, Danny, that's not fair. They're getting paid tens of millions of dollars. Relax.
But it's not like a pinch hitter where
you lose.
now, he loses his position. He's still in the game. It's
Yeah.
just that at bat, right? That's my
If all of
understanding.
a sudden it's bases juiced and the Mets are like, oh man, who's up? Their 8th hitter? They could be like, no. Francisco Lindor, you're up.
Now, the managers have a signal that we all know for, changing the pitcher. So if this happens, what would the signal be for the golden bat? Would they have a little mini golden bat?
I think the manager has to come out of the dugout like it's Willy Wonka and be like, I got the golden ticket. I got the golden ticket.
Like an actual golden ticket in his
Yeah, I
hand?
think so.
Oh, he's cashing in the ticket.
Yeah, picture Aaron Boone on the top step of the dugout dancing around with his
Does he
golden
have to
ticket.
put the Gene Wilder top hat on?
Yes,
that
and
would be awesome.
then he goes, Aaron Judge, proceed.
Sounds fun, but it sounds like a circus. It sounds dumb.
I think it's amazing, and I have a counter to this.
All right, so what's the counter?
So you have one golden at bat a game, and if
Okay.
anyone hates this, you just hate fun, really. I mean, it's baseball. This is not like brain surgery.
You are the most fired up about it, though.
Listen, if you're at a game,
Yeah.
and all of a sudden you're like, man, I would really love to see. Give me a stud player. I would love to see Rafael Devers with another at bat. Well, it's bases juiced in the 7th. Put him up again. I love this idea. Now, to counter it, though, I think every team should have one golden at bat ticket. Really, a gold ticket with a top hat. I like this. Counter it with the blocker. Now, I think, let's say Padres, Dodgers. Bases are juiced. Ohtani's on. Freddie Freeman's on. Mookie. Let's say Mookie's on and Freddie's on. And you got Ohtani at the plate. The defense has one skip. It's not an intentional walk. It's we're going to hold up our skip like you're playing Uno or something.
What if someone uses their golden at bat? Can they use the skip as like a game of Uno? Like
it is.
You said?
You could revert, and then Danny, the Dodgers could be like, "Well, you lost your skip because we're going to bat him anyway."
It's baseball Uno.
You guys are getting carried away.
Now this is where it gets corny. Like
it's the
Danny
greatest
G said.
idea. I love it. I so badly want to do that. I want to implement this in my softball league. I'm going to propose this tonight.
How about this? How about if the golden ticket works for the at bat, you try it out, spring training, all-star game, something fun, novelty like that. If it works, then maybe you could incorporate a skip. I don't know if you could skip. I don't know if you could then have this Uno strategy involved.
How would the skip work? You, as the manager, you get to pick which of their players goes to bat in that situation?
No, I think it just proceeds with the batting order.
Okay.
Right.
All
You're just skipping that batter. Like, no, we're not facing him.
Dude, if you,
once per game.
Let's say the Marlins are playing the Mets, and the Mets have the bases loaded. Pete Alonso's up. But you know who's on deck? I don't know, Iglesias. The Marlins will be like, we're going to use our skip.
So it's the reverse of an intentional walk.
Yes, because the batter does not go to first base. It's skip.
So are you really buying into that?
I really do.
No, even the skip.
I should be the commissioner, yes.
No, you really buying into that? Because this is for real. And I don't know. I do hate change, but I'm open to trying this out for the fun of get this, guys, it is just a game. It really is a game. I know we take it real serious,
dude,
but it's just a game. And if this makes it more fun, and I know you want to say, what is this, Savannah Bananas? Guess what? Savannah Bananas are fun, they're exciting, and they're selling out, and they're intriguing to younger fans. This is a game that has to evolve, and there's no harm in trying the golden at bat. I think that's where you stop it for now, and if it works, then you incorporate some other things or other goofy ideas.
I think, listen, what did more people watch than anything this year in the United States and the world? Mike Tyson, Jake Paul. So to pretend that we don't like excitement
is fun. It was novelty and
fun
and spectacle.
Novelty, gimmicks. I think the one thing the NFL needs to do next year, if you want to talk about rule changes, we've discussed this, and it's come close with the rules committee with the NFL. The onside kick has such a terrible conversion rate.
Mm-hmm.
They've talked about the team, instead of kicking off after they score, they would get the ball at their 20 or 25-yard line, and it's 4th and 15.
Well, that's what we need to keep in mind. Like, these are games, and you're just trying to make the game better.
Guess what? I don't play.
That's really it. It's just a game.
What was that game?
I mean, you can still take it serious. But just like you take a board game serious, they're just trying to make it better with a different little rule here.
There was a game we played when we were all with our buddies in Miami after some drinks and some fun. Telestrations.
Yeah, Telestrations. Yeah.
There's all these fun games. Guess what? I don't play anymore. Monopoly. What are you, 75 years old? 90?
Hey, I love Monopoly.
You would, Iowa Sam. You don't have Instagram.
All right, so
what the hell?
I thought you played Monopoly with your kids.
Fox Sports Radio Nation.
Never. You think my kids would sit down for Monopoly?
I thought you guys were Monopoly guys.
Get out of here.
What do you think about the golden at bat rule that's been proposed? Your thoughts on it? Does it sound corny? It does sound a little corny. Could it work? I think it can.